So this video is going to be the best advice my dad ever gave me, and I think it's going to help you. Right now, we are facing the largest crisis and challenge of the 21st century. Yes, I'm talking about the coronavirus or COVID-19. If you're in the workforce right now, chances are you're really feeling the effect of this. But if you're in high school or middle school, like a lot of my followers, chances are maybe you're not being affected by this as much. You're off from school, you're hanging out, and you might not realize how serious things are right now. So with all that going on, I thought I would share this one piece of advice for everyone. And I'm honestly pretty glad that I have a little bit of a platform to share this message, because I think it's a piece of advice that everyone should hear. But it becomes particularly important in times like this. When I was getting my first job, my dad told me, Connor, you're going to have a lot of jobs in your life, a lot of changes, and a lot of challenges. But if you can find just one thing at each of those jobs to be the best at, that you're the expert on, or simply the one who's willing to do it, you will become indispensable. I don't think I fully grasped what he was saying at the time, but I still tried my best to listen. And over the years, it became more and more clear on how incredible this advice really was. And like I said, it helped me move in my career faster than I ever thought. And here's how I break down that piece of advice and turn it into something that's tangible that anyone can do at any job, from minimum wage to moving up in your career. 1, be the best worker. 2, have the best attitude. And 3, find the one thing that you can do better than anyone else. Let me give you some examples. I used to work as a desk manager at the University of Iowa. It was literally a homework job. We call them homework jobs because you just do your homework while you sit at the desk, and basically what you do is check people in and out. We also ran events out of the space, and so I had to help with those. Most people did just that, did their homework while they sat there. I used this opportunity to teach myself about event management, and I networked with some pretty big name people in Iowa City because the events that we were running happened to be entrepreneurial events, and a lot of the biggest entrepreneurs in the area would come to these. Because I didn't just do my homework like everyone else, and I used that time to learn, I was able to start my own company hosting esports tournaments, which was my gateway into esports if you know anything about my career. And the only reason I was able to do that was because of my knowledge of events and the network I had established from this job. And it's literally the reason I have a career today. I was the hardest worker. Another job I had in college was, I was a janitor. I cleaned 40 toilets and urinals every single Sunday, and I worked 2 other days a week, vacuuming, cleaning, and doing all the stuff a janitor does. Being a janitor is very humbling. It teaches you a lot about people. Some people treat janitors just like anyone else and with a lot of respect. Some people treat janitors like they're not even people. While I was a janitor, though, I made sure that every interaction I had with people, I was positive, and no matter what anyone said to me, I never complained. I just smiled, moved on with my day, and made sure that that stuff didn't get to me. It was hard at first, but by the time I had left that job, I had instilled a discipline in myself that helped me tremendously. Because it turns out that that same discipline, not complaining, working hard, staying positive, carries over into customer service, networking. When you treat everyone with respect, when you're positive to everyone, and when you don't complain, other people pick up on that really easily. And it's the quickest way to earn someone's respect, to see how you interact with other people. Have the best attitude. The final job I'm going to talk about was when I started selling used cars. When I first started selling cars, I was horrible at it. I loved cars and I understood them. I struggled with connecting with the people, and this was a brand new dog-eat-dog environment that I'd never been in before, and I don't think I was totally prepared for it at first. But I still had a positive attitude. I went into work eager, and I used that work ethic that I was talking about so that during my downtime, which as a car salesman, when you're not selling cars, there's a lot of, I used that time to put together proposals for my boss on how we could drive more traffic to the lot. I talked about social media plans, website plans, blog posts, everything. No one asked me to do this. I was just doing it, and I would print it out and put it on his desk and move on with my day. Some of the ideas were better than others. For the most part, a lot of them never ended up getting used, but ultimately what I was doing was showing my boss that I really cared about this job and cared about the success of the dealership. No one else was doing that. When I got hired, I was hired at the same time as another salesman. After a while, we were both averaging about the same sales numbers, which was not good. When it came time, my boss fired the other guy and decided to keep me on and gave me a shot selling new cars. He kept me on because he knew I wanted to be there, and he knew that if I just found the right fit, I could be successful. And I found the right fit in new cars. I connected with the customers a lot easier, and my knowledge of cars and product knowledge became a very useful skill. And within 3 months of selling new cars, I became the #1 car salesman in that department. Find one thing that you can do better than everyone else. Have the best attitude. Work the hardest. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you took anything away from this, I would really appreciate if you shared this with some of your friends, family, tweet it, do whatever, spread the message. It's a little bit different from my normal content relating to esports and TikTok and stuff like that, but it's a piece of advice I really wanted to share. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next video.